So it's Musky Lure Monday. The lure this week is a Mosnter lure Squirko. I'm going to test out my homemade bucktail quick and see what the underwater footage looks like. And then I'm going to talk about that. So this lure is a Mosnter lure Squirko. I think it comes. So this comes in a 5, a 7, and a 10.5 inch lure, and it costs between $18 and $31. The 10.5 inch was $31 at Thorn Brothers, and the 8-inch version was $20. The 5-inch version was $22. And one place was as cheap as $19. It's like a hybrid jerk / soft plastic plate. It has a plastic tail on the back, and then it has a body. It costs like $22 to $28 depending upon size, I think. And it's like soft plastic, and it sinks. And it's best to fish it on a wire leader, although I just have a mono leader here. It'll work for my demonstration purposes, but a wire leader gives the bait more action because it doesn't have give. And this is an incorrect rod to fish on. This is an 8'6" bucktail or 8-foot bucktail rod. Yeah, it's an 8-foot medium heavy action rod that's 1.5 to 3 ounces. Well, it's better to use like a 6'3" or 7-foot jerk bait rod, or like that heavy plastic rod I have works good too. Because this has too much flex for giving it action. So what you do with this bait, and I have caught a couple northerns on the walleye colored one I have, and a 23-inch largemouth, and I caught a 42-inch muskie or 40-inch muskie on the orange and black 6-inch one I have, and I missed a bunch of muskies on the walleye colored ones. I haven't caught anything on this black one. It was just sitting out, and to do this you just cast it out. It casts really nice, and then you take this, you let it sit, and then you just give it a jerk in your rod tip and it darts back and forth. This is probably a really bad color to demonstrate the action of it underwater. And then it just darts sideways. And if you want it to run deeper, you take longer pauses between jerks. And if you want it to run higher, you jerk more often. So if you want it to run deeper, you would go like this and leave it sit for a second. And it will also glide wider if you leave it sit for longer. And it slowly falls back down when you glide. Like a reef hog, which is another bait that actions just like this, floats and it stays up on the surface, whereas this bait sinks. And it has a nice darting action. Let's see if I can get it on my camera. I doubt it. I doubt my underwater footage will be any good. We'll see what I get. And this rod's better to have a stiff tip, and all the action in the bait. This bait makes no action until you jerk it. It doesn't make any action if you reel it in, so it's important to use your rod tip to get action out of it. It's not a very easy bait to fish, but it works. But sometimes the muskies want something where it's jerking and pausing, where sometimes the muskies will want something just steadily moving in where you throw the spinner. This is a good spring and fall bait. And in a cold front, this bait will work well. In the spring, the 6-inch version would be a good choice because the muskies are usually feeding on smaller stuff. And in the fall, this bigger version was better usually. And good colors would be for clear water, probably like this black or the walleye or a shad imitating bait. And for stained water, I'd use the orange and black or a chartreuse or fire tiger one. All in all, this is a decent bait. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's caught fish. I don't throw jerk baits a lot, but I should throw them more often. And that'll be it for this episode of Musky Lure Monday. And I have another trout video to post. So I'm sorry I don't have any muskie footage. Muskie season doesn't open until, I think it's 12 days till muskie season opens, so hopefully I'll be out muskie fishing and catch one soon.